Exactly 72 hours after Anthropic released its most advanced AI models to the public, the entire system went dark. The shutdown came directly from the White House. The United States government issued an emergency export control directive, citing immediate national security authorities. The order was sweeping. It restricted all access to the models for any foreign national, regardless of where they were located, a move that effectively barred Anthropic's own overseas employees from using their company's technology. Anthropic claimed Fable 5 was the most rigorously tested model ever built, protected by thousands of hours of safety research. Yet, within 3 days, federal authorities decided it was too dangerous to remain online. On June 9th, Anthropic launched Fable 5 and Mythos 5, designed to handle complex coding and reasoning tasks that previous models struggled to process. To manage the risks of such a capable system, they implemented a defense-in-depth strategy. This included trained safety classifiers designed to detect and block instructions related to biological weapons or cyber attacks. This diagram compares Fable 5's data path to standard enterprise models. Instead of deleting data immediately after a request, Anthropic routed all user prompts into a 30-day secure vault, allowing them to monitor for signs of malicious intent. The response from the corporate world was swift. Major partners, including Microsoft, blocked their own employees from using Fable 5, as the data retention policy violated their privacy compliance rules. Anthropic was caught in a technical contradiction. Their security measures were strict enough to alienate enterprise clients, but the government still viewed the system as a threat that had to be contained. The federal mandate arrived on June 12th, at exactly 5:21 p.m. Eastern Time. The directive required an immediate suspension of access for any foreign national, whether they were inside or outside the United States. Complying with an order this specific requires a real-time system to verify a user's citizenship. Because Anthropic's platform lacked these Know Your Customer protocols, they had no way to filter users by nationality on the fly. Facing legal repercussions, Anthropic pulled the plug on the models for everyone. Active sessions ended in errors, and users were automatically reverted to the older Opus 4.8 model. The blunt force of the federal intervention left Anthropic with no room for negotiation, forcing an immediate technical surrender. The government's primary justification for the recall was the discovery of a jailbreak, a specific prompting method used to bypass the model's safety filters. Anthropic reviewed the report and found the jailbreak involved asking the model to read a codebase and autonomously fix existing software flaws. This details the core disagreement. Anthropic argues this is a narrow jailbreak, allowing a specific function, like fixing code, distinct from a universal jailbreak, disabling all safety filters. In context, rival models already possess this code patching ability, a standard tool used by defenders to keep systems safe. Despite this, the government categorized a routine code-fixing capability as a weapon, justifying the total shutdown of a commercial product used by millions. The severity of the shutdown may stem from Anthropic's history with the defense sector. The company has refused to allow its models to be used for mass surveillance or autonomous military weapons. Public speculation has focused on the friction between the lab and the current administration, which has been vocal about favoring AI companies that cooperate more closely with defense mandates. The tech industry is now grappling with the new threshold. If the ability to identify software vulnerabilities is enough to trigger a recall, every future model deployment is at risk of being blocked. This represents a shift in how AI progresses. The speed of innovation is no longer determined by the labs themselves, but by federal export controls. Fable 5 remains dark globally. Users are limited to older technology, and the AI community is left to navigate a sudden change in the rules of development. Anthropic's leadership is now tasked with negotiating the company's commercial survival against direct federal demands. The 5:21 p.m. directive has established a new standard for government intervention. Whether this remains a single emergency measure or becomes the permanent blueprint for regulating intelligence depends on what happens next in Washington.